Hello, good day, guys. This is Engineer Reagan. Today, we will try to learn how to get the greatest common factor of any algebraic term. Okay, so in our first example, we have here 25 and 30b. So let's try to look for the greatest common factor. So the first thing to do is let's take the factors of each term. You have 25 and you have 30b. Okay, so what you need to do is actually you just have to list its prime factor. So factor of 5, you have 5 times 5. Those are the prime factors of 25, right? How about 30? You have 5 times, that's 6, right? Or to list its prime factors, that's 3 times 2. Okay? 5 times 3, that's 15 times 2, you get 30. And at the same time, you also have to list the variable. And we have a variable here which is d. So just list down the d. Okay? Now, actually what we're being asked is the greatest common factor, meaning you just have to determine the factors, the numbers that are common to both numbers, which in this case is 5. So, meaning our greatest common factor for the first example is 5. That's it. Let's have another example. We have 32 and 16x. Okay. Again, let's list down the um, prime factors of 32. You have 2 times 2 times 2. That's 8 times 2. You get 16. And then another 2. You get 32. Right? How about 16? You have 2 times 2 times 2. You get 8. Another 2. Then you get 16. But since 16 has a variable which is x, you list down x as well. Okay? That's a value x. And then this time, get the common numbers, the common digits. And in this case, it's this one, 2, 2, 2. So see, these are the common numbers. And since we have several common numbers, all you need to do is list them down again and then multiply each of them. So what do you get? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, you get 16. So therefore, your greatest common factor is 16 for this particular example. Okay? Another. Now, how about this? This time you have 9y squared, 27xy cubed, and 18x squared y. Now, the first three examples, we tried to list down the prime factors, right? But actually, once you have already mastered that, you can do a shortcut. You don't necessarily have to list them down as long as you already know exactly what to do. When you say greatest common factor, actually, you just have to identify among the terms what is the greatest number that can divide all of them, the greatest, meaning what is the greatest number, the biggest number that can divide 9, 27, and 18. And by inspection, all of them are divisible by either 3 or 9. But since we're talking about the biggest number, we will take 9. So definitely, our greatest common factor should be 9. Okay? How about with the variable, with y? When it comes to the variable, you just list down the greatest common factor is the one with the least exponent. Exponent is this one. This is what you call the exponent. So if you've noticed, you have y squared here, this one is y cubed, and the other one is y. Among the three of them, the one with the least exponent is the y. Because if you see a variable with no exponent on it, automatically its exponent is 1. So meaning in this case, this one, the exponent of y is 1. And among the three, this one has the least exponent. So basically, that becomes your common factor. How about with x? X is not common to the three of them. Why? Because it's only present to the second and the third term. With this one, x is not present. So basically, this is now your GCF, the greatest common factor. Okay? So let's move on to our last example, 14, 28, and 7. Again, as a reminder, when you say greatest common factor, just think of a number that can divide, the biggest number that can divide all the terms. So if you look at these three terms, you have 14, 28, and 7. All of them, the biggest number that can divide them is 7. Okay? So meaning your GCF is 7 for the coefficient. How about with the variable m? With the variable m, as I've said, you just list down the one with the least exponent. And in this case, the least exponent is this. So your greatest common factor for the variable m is the m squared. How about for the n? For the variable n, the one with the least exponent is this one, right? Because this one is n, this one's n cubed, this one is n squared. So basically, this is our variable with the least exponent, and that becomes our greatest common factor. So this is now your final greatest common factor. Okay, that's all for now. This is Engineer Reagan. God bless. Bye.